supposed to touch things?
Oh, and look. Washing the family dog. Is it true? Even the dog?
Oh, you are disturbing things. Me.
But please posit that sometime after 3, the girl, heard a sound.
Yeah, this play in particular is written for 2 actors on a bare stage, and so everything they say is something the audience has to create and fill in for themselves, even when you see the play realized in 3 dimensions. So that makes it, I think, particularly well suited to radio as a medium.
Tell me, do you ever consider that possibility?
What's great, I think, about radio plays is that you really are hearing the language. It's so much about the written text and how the actors then, shape that text and project it in this way that it can be funny, it can be scary, but it can also be really moving.
In a weird way, I do think that radio plays are probably built for theater actors because you can't rely on any other tool except for your voice and your articulation and the way you sell something.
And your storytelling. I think you have to do all the process that you would do to do theater. You don't shortchange it just because it's a radio. You want more color.
Right, because you almost need the colors more because that's what you're getting.
Because it's a day-long commitment, look who you get! Michael Wilson and Dennis O'Hare and Christine Nielsen, these are people you would kill to work with for 4 weeks in a rehearsal hall. And instead, because it's an afternoon commitment, they can come in and bring all their brilliance in a matter of hours, and you get to collaborate with some of the very best talent in New York.
I mean, I think even the Ducks plays being done for radio, it's still a play, and a play is made good by actors listening and connecting, and whatever ways they choose and do that in the process of making it is what makes it all that more potent and powerful. And they're
Absolutely.
so seasoned and have great physicality. And the eyes are so important when creating these radio plays.
Yeah. We did a first complete reading of it, and then we had some chat, and then we did another take. And I think both Christine and I felt in weird ways like we loved the first reading because it's all instinct.
Each take seems to represent a week's rehearsal.
Yes.
It's like the first take that's brilliant.
Yeah.
The second, you're starting to question every impulse you ever had. And by the third, it's starting to come back together again.
Radio plays also do allow the range of size of performance. Because in the theater, we can be quite big in our choices. And in television and in film, you're usually irising in and you're not making those choices quite as big. But radio, you can do all of them. You can get very, very intimate.
We've evolved now to a point where we still do a lot of listening, which is amazing. We still use our imaginations that way.
I also have to say one of the great gifts of playing on air is, for the longest time, one-act plays where you cut your teeth and learn the craft, and yet their production history is very sporadic. Playing on air has given a venue for this form that is really indispensable to any young writer who's trying to learn their craft. And to see a one-act play that I wrote some time ago unearthed for this purpose is really thrilling.
It gets great people together, so I would like any way to intrigue people by seeing theater or hearing theater.
I mean, every time you act, you know what I mean, you have an experience. I've had an experience with this guy and with this woman, and I will remember it, and I kind of miss them already.
I know. I feel like we have a closing night party now.
I know.